So I grew up as a missionary kid on the mission field, serving alongside my parents. I told the Lord I didn't want to be a missionary. I said, I just want to live kind of the American dream, and I want to work hard, eventually buy a boat and live on a lake. But God said, I prepared you for something else. So I surrendered my life to Jesus, and I said, I'm going to commit to follow him. I kind of selfishly looked for like more developed countries around the world and places that were nice and beautiful. But my heart just kept pulling me to Cambodia, probably one of the most broken countries in the world at the time, with 6 different factions fighting for civil war. I knew what missionary life entailed. I knew that my parents had dedicated their life to share the gospel, and so I volunteered as a recent college graduate to come to Cambodia, and I've been here ever since, trying to bring life to a broken country. In 2003, I got a dreaded phone call, and it was news from my mom that my father, he had been martyred in the Philippines. He was targeted by Muslims, and so my mom had to make that tragic call to me that my father had been killed serving the Lord. Sorry. So for me, that just put actually more resolve into me to make a difference for the Lord. I felt like the vision that God gave me has been unchanged ever since I came almost 30 years ago until today. And that's to make his gospel known, to share Christ, to evangelize people, and form them together into churches. When I first came to this country, there were only 8 churches. As we began to see incredible miracles happening, we would see so many people just coming to Christ, responding to the Holy Spirit, just touching their heart. We saw that there's more need. So if you go back 35, 40 years ago when the Khmer Rouge were fighting in this country and the genocide was happening, they killed all the educated people, they killed all the doctors, they killed all the school teachers. They exterminated everybody from the city, and their ideal person was a rice farmer. So almost everybody who's coming to Christ, stepping into the role of the pastorate or elders and deacons of the churches, they had no education. So we knew that education was going to be needed. And so we started our first children's home, and then people began to send us orphans to care for it. And in fact, all of our teachers are actually orphans that grew up in our center. And so education has been very important for developing their lives by bringing Christian biblical education. The impact of this school building that we have just dedicated is much greater than just putting together bricks and concrete and mortar and building a building. Hundreds, if not thousands of students will go through it and be educated there. But it provides us the base for the future because we're making a difference in the lives of these children.
If they had not opened the center, I would not be here today. It gave me the opportunity to know God, and my faith became stronger. Not only did I know God, but I was able to share the gospel with other children.
So many children don't get out of the elementary age group in this ministry. Built a school, and they are constantly adding students. And when you walk on campus here and see all the children that come up and hug you, is a real testimony to what he's doing. It's a great joy to be here to celebrate the dedication of this school. May God bless this school richly as it goes year after year. We love you in Jesus Christ.
We want to see life transformation here. We want to see Jesus not only bring them into salvation, but also to have that abundant life that John 10 talks about. And so they're seeing that happen. When my father was killed, my life didn't matter anymore because I knew that the worst thing Satan could do to me, or whoever's following Satan, the worst thing they could do to me is kill me. And if they did kill me, first I'd get to go see Jesus, but also I'd get to see my earthly father again, and sooner. And one day we'll meet again. I come from a tragic background, I guess, in missionaries, but also a background where it makes me even more committed for the sake of the gospel. And I don't want to waste any time. I just want to keep serving the Lord and doing what I can to make the gospel known to people who had never had a chance to share the gospel. And there's nothing that could stop me.